rents do. It's raining, like that, you know? So that's what our people do, is they use an excuse. I even did it. My aunt died, I'm gonna go smoke. You know, you do. That's that flesh, that demon. You know, the heart is desperately wicked and deceitful. Should have deceived the shit out you.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Romans 7 and verse 18. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing.
That's why this shit gotta stay here. You know? And you gotta think about it too. When you think about a chariot, how it can change shape, size, speeds, realms, your flesh can't handle that. It wouldn't. It wouldn't. You go to the carnival and you get in that UFO spinny thing, you're stuck to the wall. The physics of it, you can't even move.
Yep.
So this flesh physically couldn't even dwell in a chariot. You know?
Flesh can inherit the kingdom of heaven.
So it's got to stay here.
That's very comforting to know that your spirit is going to be taken.
Yep.
You're not your flesh. Like,
and that's one thing too in this truth. Finding yourself, you have to find your spirit. Because in the world, you knew your flesh like. You knew taste, touch, smell. But what does your spirit desire? Right. Like clearly, our spirit desired this truth and we didn't know it. Certain brothers said they questioned things. That was because your spirit, the spirit intercession, spirit was crying out. Then you felt home, relief. The water, you felt relief. Your spirit felt relieved. You see?
Like it says, kiss the sun lest he be angry with you. Like, you know, sometimes you might just need a hug.
Yeah.
Get a hug.
Yeah.
You feel, like, that's what this truth did unto us.
Yep. That's why certain incense, certain stones, certain vibrations make you feel good in the spirit, because your spirit needs a hug. How are you gonna hug a spirit? Vibrations, smells. That's the Lord. The Most High is a power. The word. Those are words you're hearing that are resonating with your spirit. See, that's what it comes to. It comes down to what's your spirit want, you know? Because the flesh is easily bought. That shit is the flesh is a child. All you gotta do is get a woman with the right ass. You twinkle some little shit and the flesh just pulls you. But where's your spirit at? You got something? Because really we keep going.
It's a beautiful topic.
You know, it is. And as Israelite men, we need that topic. That vibration needs to be pushed amongst our people. And that's why a lot of these camps, these guys, they miss the mark. Because they're not giving Jake spiritual peace.
Right.
Throw a fucking, it's like Bebe's kids when they went to Fun World, she just threw all this shit at them. You know, here's a staff, here's a fringe, here's an apocrypha, here's black pants with a fucking pocket. No, my spirit needs healing. Give me something to heal my spirit. Remember Jake said I needed it.
Yeah.
My battery charged. You know? Because his spirit needed it.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 8, and the verse of...
which proves we're spiritual people. You know? That's why it says, she that live in pleasure is dead while she living.
Right, like a Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, that bitch is... They're dead.
Nicki Minaj.
She's got
Lil' Kim.
Yep.
No, this bitch like a fucking ghost.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. They're dead inside. Like I was like a Nutty Professor. You feel just like that ice cream. Empty inside. And remember he started crying? He ate more. He's hurt.
He had a gluttonous demon on
Yeah.
him. He couldn't fight it.
It was killing him. But then he created a potion instead of going to the Lord, and he put another demon on him. He became proud. You know? And an adulterer. You know? So he was jacked up. So that movie is what's Lord's will. Watch it. It's a spiritual movie about the flesh. It's the flesh. You know, because when I watched it, that food looked good, but that movie was really, they made a comedy food, Hamida, I believe it is, but comedy, food for thought. That movie was funny, but when you think about it spiritually, it really wasn't. We were laughing at a man plagued with the demons on his flesh. He was overweight.
He was depressed.
And he was actually a better person as Mr. Clump.
Yeah, he was.
But that's what you are. You're a clump of shit. See? Read that.
Romans 8 and verse 4, and it says, it's like in verse 5, and it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh.
And if you're after the flesh, you're temporal. You're putting a time limit on yourself. Because the flesh has a time limit. Not the spirit. The flesh was given a time limit. And I was telling the brother, what proved this is hell, bro, it's nothing, you do nothing but age. You don't stop aging, no matter what you do. All people do is try to fight aging, especially women. They try to do things to stop the aging process. See, but you can't stop it.
Yep.
You know, that proves that this is a captivity. You can't stop but age. And with age, your body, it breaks down. I don't care how much you work out. If you stop working out for a certain amount of time, that shit crumbles. I used to work out I would frequently work out, and you could see results. As soon as I stopped, that shit was like, dude. That's you're on punishment.
That's how weak this flesh is.
Yep.
I ended off this one.
Yeah, he had a little more though.
Yeah, I got a couple more verses.
See, the spirit's flowing. You know, this is what we into. Well, finish this.
Back in Romans 8 and verse 5, and it says, it's like in verse 4, it says, who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit.
And if you're spiritual, that means you're a judge, because you have to have discernment and judgment to discern a matter. So you got to be spiritual. Like, even though we get on Esau, to a degree, they have a spiritual aspect of judgment, like in a courtroom. You know, they'll discern, well, which proves they got a spirit on them. Like judges and shit. Oh, detectives, they got a spirit on them.
Forensics.
For the what? Forensics. You'll see they have a spirit on them.
Like that movie,
With the Saints. He had, his little gay ass had a spirit on him. Well, he was gay, so he had a spirit. But he had this spirit to discern and move and look and pick up and evaluate. That's what we do. A spiritual man judges all things. Don't get too deep in it, but get a happy medium, and you're able to judge matters, judge people. Even Yahweh Shai, discern thoughts. You know, we can tell when people are lying.
Yep.
You know,
Ads, things like that.
yep. Is that it?
There's one more verse. Romans 8 and verse 6, and it says, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace.
And to have, when you're spiritually minded, you start using soft words, you know, to get out of a situation. You could tell certain things you say, how it's going to affect someone. So you discern how you conduct yourself on a spiritual level. Do they know that? No. So in essence, you run circles around these people, but we don't do it in a villainous manner. You know, we use our powers for good.
Yo, it shows you that unhinged.
So,
He's like, can I just get an apology?
Yep.
Bitch
And she didn't want to give an apology.
The whole fucking movie.
Yep.
Chasing the rags.
And she deserved it. That was righteous judgment. But we'll get it ended on this.
This is Philippians chapter 3 and verse 20. Start at 20. For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto this glorious body.
And that's why you ain't got to trip out. You may not be in the best of shape. So what? Now, you're not living a life to be out of shape, but you're in a body that's out of shape. There's nothing you could do. All of us up here, I could speak for myself, but for brothers, you know, for the most part, we eat, you know, healthy things. Not as messing around. But, you know, we make sure we eat right. You know, the shit we make, we cook it right, we season it right, but we're in hell.
Right? You know?
So you're going to go through things, you know, like the other day, hey, I drank a soda, but after I was like, this potion, you know, we get it.
Damn, I got to.
But, you know, what are you going to do? You're in the flesh. But your mind never changes just because what you intake. That's why Yahweh Shai says it's not what goes in that defiles you, but what goes out.
That's right.
You see? So we watch what we intake, and we also watch what we output, you know?
It says, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
Now, if that ain't something to wait for, glorious bodies, that's why you have faith in this thing and you don't trip out, because we're not set up. I was telling the brother the other day, I'm like, when you look at it, you see a man with a so-called beautiful woman. He's got a nice car. He's just set up. That's because that's his life on this side. That's not your life. Your life ain't set up to be the player, the baller, the disser, the datter, the dunker. You're not set up for glory right now. So don't look for it. Get the glory in the spirit, and then the glory in the flesh will come.
You know what's beautiful about that is that's a corruptible crown.
Yep.
That crown is going to rust.
Right.
It's going to be even Mike Tyson.
Yep.
This shit ain't worth nothing.
Shit.
But this right here is an everlasting. It's incorruptible.
Yep.
You know?
And you know it's heavy you say that because a lot of times I watch Mike Tyson. He's in pain. He's a pained man because to be a warrior in an effeminate world is oppression.
Yep.
He's a warrior, but he's oppressed. You see that Jake? He's oppressed. He got the nag. I seen him. Got the drink on the side. Our people are oppressed. You know, and we come from a great lineage of people, but we're oppressed here. You're not fulfilled here. My man Tony said it. Is this it?
Yep.
Is this fucking it?
Drink.
You know, and he was talking to Esau.
Yep.
You need motherfuckers like me, so your wicked villain ass can sit here and cut your fucking hors d'oeuvres with a knife and a spoon.
Call me the bad guy.
Yep. When they ass is the evil one.
Yep.
You know? And that's why we the biggest threat, because we're pulling the mask off his ass. Like in Scooby-Doo,
Yep.
we're pulling the mask off that nigga. You know? And he hates it because we're not doing it carnally. We're doing it in the spirit. Us just standing here is cutting them. You know? Brothers good? Hey, so Lord's will, you brothers and few sisters were edified through the spirit as we were. And we just want to say, call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. We'd like to give double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect and DTA.
Shalom.
Shalom.